Hello, 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 and welcome to another Rang Region of the week. Today we are looking at the A10 Thunderbolt 2, or the A10 Warthog as you may know it. Now, the plane was made in the 1970s and is still used today in the United States Air Force. The whole design of the plane was really designed around a gun, the GAU-8, which is a massive gun. It could do a lot of damage and a very, very awesome firing style. The plane could carry many armaments, such as bombs, ATGMs, AA missiles for a multitude of roles. The plane was heavily armoured and was able to withstand a ZSU-23 cannon fire, or as you may know as the Silker. It also had two engines in the back, whereas most planes only of the time only have one engine. Now, in Wargame mode, it is a Cat B unit and can be used in many different decks, and it costs 155 points. So let's actually take a look at the plane, sorry. First weapon we have is GAU-8 Avenger, which carries an awful lot of ammunition, a 30mm round, 1,170 of them to be exact. It also is a heat weapon, so it won't lose any armor penetrating value over distance. Has a decent range of 2,800 meters on ground targets and 1,400 on planes and airplanes. Decent actually. The weird thing about this gun, it has AP power. Most Gatling guns or most plane guns don't really have AP power, which makes this quite an oddity. And this makes it really awesome. It's what makes the A10 really awesome, because you can destroy tanks with this gun, because when you do a gun run on a tank, you're going to be hitting the top of the tank. And the top of tanks don't really have much armor, so you're going to be able to penetrate through easily, and with its high fire rate of 6,157 rounds a minute, you're going to be doing a lot, and I mean a lot of damage. Now, the second weapon we have is a Maverick missile. Very bog standard ATGM missile with a range of ground of 3,150 meters, accuracy of 8, and an AP power of 26, which means it can one-shot an awful lot of tanks. But it does carry 6 of these Maverick ATGMs, meaning that it can do a lot of damage in one fly around. If you take a look at its miscellaneous stats, it has a speed of 500 kilometers an hour, which isn't all that fast. It makes this the slowest plane in game. Bad ECM, it's not going to be dodging any missiles. It has very good autonomy of 105 kilometers, where most other planes only have an autonomy of 70 to 80. Huge fuel capacity, 5,000 liters, bad stealth. If we do look at its armor, it has a lot of armor. That's 2 on the front and 2 on the back. This thing can withstand an awful lot of punishment. And one on top, one on the bottom. Can just tank shots. This plane is really meant to tank shots, as it really is going to only be taking HE damage and not armor penetrating damage. So it's going to require quite a lot of missiles to shoot this little bugger down. Now in game, there's really 2 ways I think you can use it. The first one is making use of the GAU Avenger minigun, which is to fly in, go straight for an enemy tank and just gun run him. You'll most likely knock out that tank. This is very dangerous to do, because first, you're slow. You're really slow. So you're going to be flying over enemy AA for a long time, and you're going to probably take a lot of missiles while gun running that tank and trying to evac out of you. So you really want to do this strategy when you don't have much AA. If you want a more safer route to keeping your A10 alive, another way you can use it is to make it circle just outside of enemy AA range and make it shoot off its multitude of Mavericks, and this can do it for a long time. It has 6 Maverick missiles and a very good autonomy, and because it's slow, it can keep on to the lock-on quite fast, so it is sort of an advantage. But back on the speed, if an enemy interceptor comes out, even if it's a really crappy interceptor, you're probably going to get shot down. This plane does not do well against other planes. It can't outrun them. It's very, very, very slow, meaning that you're going to get shot down quite easily. So when using this plane, you want to make sure that the enemy do not have any enemy anti-air assets. And yeah, this is the A10 Warthog, my unit of the week, and one of my favourite planes, I have to say. and it's probably one of the most iconic and badass planes, probably of the century, I'm going to say. And yeah, this has been Rango's Unit of the Week. Take it easy.